How to identify poor and good layers in a poultry farm. The primary aim of keeping layers is to produce as many eggs as possible. As a result, monitoring your flock's productivity is critical in identifying poor layers that eat your profits while providing little or no value. During this procedure, you're likely to come across birds that lay less than others or those that don't lay at all. Physical indicators to help you identify poor or good layers. Before pointing fingers at the birds, ensure you're not the reason. Consider if your food is of high quality and adequate quantity, as well as whether you are providing enough light and clean water. Also, look for any signs of stress in the birds or significant changes in their routine. Also, consider the age of the birds since their production decreases as your flock gets older, and some even cease laying. Several physical indicators assist you in determining whether or not a layer is good or bad. A decent layer should have flexible pubic bones, which should be far apart so that 3 fingers may fit between them. A poor layer's narrow, tight, and rigid bones do not allow the fingers to pass through easily. This large space between the pubic bones makes it easy for eggs to pass through. When you pull back the bird's tail feathers and inspect the vent, it should be wide, oval, moist, and warm for a good layer. The poor laying bird will have the vent dry, small, tight, round, and cold. A good layer's eyes should be big, brilliant, prominent, and sparkling. A bad layer is frequently observed to have small, sluggish, dull, and sunken eyes. Clean-cut, robust, refined heads are found on good layers, while poor layers have coarse, meaty, thin, blocky, and weak heads. A decent layer has a deep and flexible abdomen, with no body fat accumulation by palming fingertips, while a poor layer has a hard and shallow abdomen. The distance between the breast and the pubic bones is measured to determine the belly's depth. Good layers have light-colored or glossy skins, earlobes, and shanks, while dark pigmented or dull ones are characteristic of poor layers. The coloration of the body portions is normally diverted to the egg yolk. The loss of color and bleaching effect can be readily observed in diets supplemented with colorings in yellow-skinned chicken. The effect is less obvious in white-skinned varieties, making it more difficult to detect. A good layer is usually attentive to her surroundings and is not sluggish. The bird is energetic, exhibiting typical chicken activities such as scratching the litter and running around with others. On the other hand, poor layers appear lifeless and often droop. During the next segment of our presentation, our veterinary contributor, Shua El-Kumar, will explain more about how to determine if a chicken is a good producer of eggs using a physical exam. Mr. Kumar filmed this segment in Pakistan.
Hi friends, I hope you will be fine. In this video, I'll show you how to differentiate between layer and non-layer. Before starting my video, I want to tell you this video is being uploaded with the collaboration of Veterinary Clinic and YouTube channel. So we start our video. The first difference between layer and non-layer is its comb difference. If the comb of a bird is erect, shiny, and reddish, it will be a good layer, otherwise it will be poor. Dull and bended comb will indicate non-layers or poor layers, and poor layer should be culled from our flock. Now there is a second difference. The second difference is in its cloaca. We will look into the cloaca and we will see its color. If the color of vent is reddish or pinkish, it will indicate it is a good layer. The color of vent is due to blood supply into the vent, and most important is its size. If the size of a cloaca is larger than the common layers, then it will be a good layer, otherwise it will be a bad layer. And if there is a dirty feather around the vent, then it will indicate male is mating with it, and it will be a indication of a good layer. Otherwise it will be a bad layer, and bad layer here have no fate into the flock. It must be culled for the sake of to save money and save your time and save your investment. Now there is a third difference, and the third difference is its pubic bone. We will feel the pubic bone. Pubic bones are two bones beside the cloaca. If the distance between two pubic bones is equal to 2 fingers, then it will be a good layer. We will measure distance between two pubic bones. If there is 2 finger difference, then it will be good layer, otherwise it will be bad layer. Actually, this distance indicates a good frame development of a chicken, of a layer. Then we will feel sharpness of these pointed. If the bones are pointed, then you can say it will take some time to lay these eggs. There should be some fats that will be indicate a good layer, otherwise it will be a bad layer. Then the fourth difference is its physical appearance. If it is looking very good and it has a well developed feather, then it will be a good layer, otherwise it will be a bad layer, and we should call the bad layers. Physical appearance is most important because it helps to differentiate between layer and non-layers. Then we will go toward the feathers. If we feel feathers are broken or ruffled, then it means it has somehow stress, or it will no lay egg before it will come into the comfortable stage. Then we will feel primary feathers and secondary feathers. If these feathers are fully developed, it means it will be a good layer, otherwise it will be a bad layer. And bad layers are only waste of time and waste of money. Now we will feel fleshing score. Fleshing score is actually a meat on its chest. If we feel this meat is soft, then it will be a good layer, because good layer has soft fleshing score, and its you can say its type should be V type, and this will indicate a good layer. And if this fleshing score is hard, then it means it is a very bad layer, and we should cull this type of layer. And the last difference between layer and non-layer is its shanks. We will feel the shanks. If their color is dull, it means it will be a good layer, because dull color indicates a good layer, especially in yellow-legged egg. If yellow-legged egg have dull color, it means it carry out yellow color into its yolk. It means it will be a good layer, otherwise it will be non-layer. And and shanks should be very soft, and it should be bright. This means it is not dehydrated, and it indicates a good layer. And actually we differentiate between layer is non-layer is only due to save our money and save our time and save our investment.